My dear brothers and sisters, today's topic is going to be about your goals and why is it that you lose interest in them after the first couple of weeks. You start out determined, you start out ready to go, and for some reason, it starts going down. The resistance to get to that goal just diminishes. So that's today's topic, and I'm gonna give it more of a personal touch compared to my other videos because I think I've realized that a lot of the advice that I actually take from people is when I can kind of find them as more human and relatable. So we're gonna give this a shot. We'll see how it goes. See, this idea of goals and losing interest in it has actually wasted 4 years of my life. And how is that? This year, I'm supposed to be graduated. This year, I should have graduated. 4 years ago, I started university, and this was supposed to be my graduation year. And yet, I'm not graduated. Much worse, actually. I'm essentially entering the second year again. And I thought about it, and I feel a lot of shame and sadness and overall anger. Because why is it that I've had goals in the past that I've worked towards and I've achieved, but for some reason, this degree is just evading me. This degree and my YouTube channel and the projects that I'm building, all these goals that I'm trying to achieve, I'm just not getting there. I start off strong and then I lose interest. Why is that? In thinking about that, I thought about the goals that I have achieved in the past 4 years. And wouldn't you know it, it has to do with video games. A lot of them have to do with video games. One huge example for me was Genshin Impact. At the time, me and my friends loved playing it. I think it was about 2020 or 2021. We were just all in. We loved the game. And there was this character that was coming out. I think it was Yoimiya. And I wanted to get this character. I want to get this character and max level it day one. Okay? I came up with a goal to achieve for the game. And that goal was I wanted to fully level this new character that was going to come out the moment it came out, as well as get the character. Because this was a gacha game. A gacha game which needs a ton of in-game currency to actually roll for the chance to get the characters you want. So I had my work cut out for me. So how long did it take me to achieve this goal? It took me 2 days and 2 nights. No sleep. I ended up sleeping on the third day. Usually I tell people I stayed up three days and 2 nights, but the reality is I slept third day morning. What essentially happened was I sat down, I came up with a list of the items that I need and how many of the items I do need. And to try to get as much in-game currency as possible, I exhausted most of the game's content across those 3 days. I maximized it. So I was 100%ing every part of the game so I could try to get as much in-game currency as possible. And after all those days ended, those 2 days and 2 nights, I got all the items I needed. I finished 80% of the game's content. And it was a pretty big game at the time. And not only that, but I felt satisfaction. For once, I achieved the goal I set out to do. When I thought about that, I was like, oh, that's great. So I was able to achieve that goal, but it was in the first couple days of interest. And why is it that I was so ready to just give it my all and get this goal done in the first place? Well, thinking about it, I was like, oh, okay. At the time, my friends were playing it, and I love some respect some respect for the feat of strength that I just pulled. And primarily, honestly, I wanted to prove to myself that I was able to do it. I wanted to prove that, yeah, if I wanted to do this, I wanted to get this done, I can do it. And in doing so, what I did was I put myself on the line. I put my pride, my sense of self in the line of fire. What do I mean by that? I gave myself the chance that I might fail this challenge. I might fail achieving this goal. But in doing so, I gave every ounce of my being to achieve this goal. Now, I know what you might be thinking, Paul, again, this is just a short period of time. Short period of time. There's no way it would have, you would have sustained this interest along a long period of time. And, not even a couple months before that, I ended up taking a gap year because I was trying to achieve another goal. See, I spent 3 months of my first term of the year prior trying to become a professional League of Legends player. And you know how I did that? I decided, first of all, I needed to climb out of bronze. And to do that, I needed to play ranked every single day. So what happened for 2-3 months was I'd wake up, play League of Legends, eat food, do half-ass some assignments, coast along, go to sleep. Do the same thing over and over and over and over and over. Even when I was with my friends, I was like, let's play League. Even when I was talking with my friends, I'd talk about my day of playing League. I was pushing towards that goal. And I went from the lowest possible rank, which at the time was Bronze 5, to Bronze 1. I was really bad at the game. And I was losing, winning, losing, winning. And I kept learning and pushing myself every single time. And the reason I stopped right at Bronze 1 was because I was 2 weeks away from my final exams for 4 classes that I've been coasting along. 2 weeks. And so I sat down, I'm like, okay, let's try to get this done. I need to figure out how to complete 12 units of data science, biology, psychology, and computer science. We got to do this all in 2 weeks, and maybe it's doable. We can do this. I ended up breaking down and talking to an advisor. I told her at the time that I was really depressed and I was going through a really rough period in my life, which it might seem like, oh yeah, you're just copping out. You weren't really, but at the time I genuinely was. I had a lot of suicidal thoughts, and playing the games just kept me in check. But the whole point of that story was I was able, for a prolonged period of time, to push through and work towards my goal, which was climb out of bronze. And I almost made it if it wasn't for 2 weeks. But then again, in that period of time, I gave everything I had, because on the line was my idea of myself, which was I'm unrelenting and I will get this done. I can push through until I complete this goal, with a chance of I'm going to fail this goal. And once I do, it's going to speak to my pride, my sense of self, all that. So it was like, oh, the reason I succeeded once again in pushing through with that goal was that idea that if I failed, a part of me was on the line. Now that we've seen this, we now realize the main prerequisite for being able to finish that goal is having that chance that you might fail, that chance that you might get rejected. And the moment I realized that it's that fear of failure, that fear of rejection, that fear of all that kept pushing me forward, it helped me notice that in my life right now, I've been holding back a lot of aspects because of the way I'm thinking. See, there's a saying that says, how you do something is how you do everything. And the fact is, how I was doing my university, which was, you know what, if I don't give it my all, then I don't really have much to lose because I'm not giving it everything I've got. You know, I'm not going to find out that I'm not good enough to be in computer science, or I'm not good enough to get the work done. I'm just going to sit back, and it's like, if I get the degree, that would be so cool, but I'm likely not going to get it because I haven't put anything online. And because of that, I don't really care about it as much. And same thing goes with the relationships, I realized. Because, the friends that I had, the friends that I have, I give it my all for a certain period, then I stop and I'm like, okay, if I stop giving it my all, then I won't feel bad when they stop talking to me and that kind of thing. Same thing went for my YouTube channel and the games that I played. It was like, if I didn't give it my all on my YouTube channel and I didn't really put any stake in it, then it wouldn't matter if it failed. So I could just like coast along and it will happen. And it just adds to the fact that the way you do anything is the way you do everything. So what have we learned with today's video? I think I've learned as much as you have, to be honest. I think me rambling has helped a lot, but essentially it's, unless you put a stake, any kind of stake in something, you're not going to get anywhere. You're not going to give it your all. You're just going to kind of let it pass you by. I think moral of the story for this video is, and you know what it makes me realize is the reason why you end up staying away from that, from trying to give it your all, is because there is a huge fear to change. See, because if I were to give it my all in this channel and it doesn't work out, then I'm gonna have to change my trajectory. If I give it my all in my computer science degree and it turns out I'm not fit to be I'm not fit to be good at programming or whatever, it means I'm gonna have to pivot what I'm going to have to work towards. And that's scary. We don't like change as human beings. Like, genuinely. We hate change. That's where most of our problems come from. So, what do we find out? Well, we have to find a way to add a stake to the goal we're trying to achieve. We have to add a counterbalance. We have to add something that makes it so I don't achieve this goal, then I'm going to have to change what this goal is going to be. Your stake here, your fear here should be the fear that you're going to have to change your goal. And either, if you're fine with that fear, you probably have to change your goal now to something that you actually care about. Or if you're not fine with that fear, that you're going to have to push as hard as you possibly can to achieve that goal. And remember, how you do something is how you do everything, okay? Let's try to live by that. Today, what you can try to do is look at where you're going in life and figure out, am I giving it my all? Am I pushing through? My dear brothers and sisters, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and may God bless your day, night, or evening. This has been your older brother, Paul, and take care.